Hello there, welcome to the Valley. What a fantastic transformation in this place in recent years. Charlton Athletic really have got a home to be proud of here. In this video we've got a collection of goals spanning 50 years from just after the Second World War right through to the Premier Division. We're going to start off with the high-scoring 70s, an era that produced excellent strikers and some very interesting characters as well. First up, it's Derek Hales, quite simply the greatest goal scorer in Charlton's history.
Colin Powell takes another corner for Charlton. Again, floated in there. Few headers there, and Hales! Well, what a tremendous goal-scoring record that fellow's got. As that corner came floating in again, they gave him a yard at the far side, and he's never likely to miss from that sort of range. Chris Galvin. Colin Powell for Charlton. To Hales. A little touch for Hunt. Powell again. Long raking stride. Warmer. Powell has continued his run. And Warman couldn't quite pick him up, but now he has. Well, he's gone past him. And he's got a good cross in. Oh, what a goal! Hales again! A masterly goal by the man who always seems to get them. Derek Hales. Colin Powell coming across to congratulate him. And Powell's work in it was tremendous. Down that left-hand side, jimping and darting and finally getting it across. And what about that for a volley on the turn? Derek Hales' his second goal and the second for Charlton with 32 minutes gone. Five minutes to go. Peacock's going to take it. Hales looking for a hat-trick. Berry coming up fast from the back. 6'2" defender. It won't reach him. And it's there by Hales. It's his hat-trick. Pads in one hand, arm aloft, ball in the back of the net. As that came across the face of the Hull goal, it didn't look as though it would possibly get to Hales, but it did on the far side, and again he got in low. Past Whelan's into the back of the net. Robson didn't quite get the touch there. And here goes Powell now for Charlton. Not offside, he's all right. So Flanagan now with a chance for Charlton Athletic. And yes, it's there by Hales. Well, that break came out of nothing. And suddenly Flanagan was clear all the way, just onside. The linesman kept his flag down. And when he got and faced Montgomery, it looked as though he'd lost his chance. But in fact, he put it into the path of Hales, who was able to slide it in. Floated in there, back header. Oh! Hales has got it. A back header by Peter Shaw, and Derek Hales gets his 7th goal of the season, injured though he is. Still shows that in a 6-yard box, injured or not, he's deadly. It's touched on here in the first place by Peter Shaw, and there's that number 9, Derek Hales, a side foot, giving Richardson no chance in the United goal.
Robinson for Charlton. Got Hales on the far side if he can get it across. He's beaten Goff. Hales can hold it up and wait for support to arrive. Robinson's on a run. Oh, what a goal by Derek Hales! The Charlton striker drifting the ball in from that left side. Did he intend it or was it a centre? Well, only he will know, but it certainly defeated the Harlow goalkeeper Paul Kitson. Drifted right over his head.
And here come Charlton again with Tideman. And this time, Walsh is onside. Played back, and in by Hales, 2-0. And And suddenly everything's collapsed for Hull. They defended with a bit of spirit there for 25 minutes, and they've conceded 2 goals in the last 3 minutes now. First by Tideman, and now by Derek Hales, who's really got it in for Hull. Walsh, a very good run here. Played sensibly back from the byline, and Hales' touch finishes it off.
Down from Robinson, and here is Hales, and the first sight he had of goal, and he really made the most of it. Quite unstoppable.
And here's Simonson. And it's there again! Hales has made it 2 inside a quarter of an hour. Look at the disgust on the face of Russell Osman there as Ipswich go 2 down. Harris gets the ball in here. Simonson did the right thing. He had a right bang at it. Civil could only half touch it out, and that's meat and drink to Derek Hales. 2-0. Locke once again, and Elliott. That was a funny old header, and they haven't got it away yet, but now Berry has. Troy, and again, and now Hales. Now Hales, who usually finishes well, and does right now to make it 1-1. A good break from the back. Hales quickly in pursuit, kept his head well in point of fact. Didn't try to break the net with it, but placed it wide of Francis and made it 1-1. Brett. Elliott getting in there, brought him down, played on, and I think Elliott in fact played the ball there, though the referee is having a quick word with him as they're running along there. Charlton, just in this little stage of the game, seem to have Sunderland rattled as that cross comes in again from Warman. Flanagan, just slipping it out for Powell. He tried to chip it in again. Flanagan's right in there. Flanagan's in there, and Flanagan has scored. What an amazing record this man's got. That's 16 for the season for him. 23 last season. And it looked as though he'd have a couple of bites at that cherry. And finally it stumbled right in front of him. And when that sort of chance is presented, Mike Flanagan doesn't fail Charlton. That's a good-looking corner once again, and Shipley again is in there with a header. Damien Richardson almost got in with his, and Tideman couldn't get in with his shot. Played off now for Peacock, and this could be a dangerous break. A beautiful pass by Peacock, there for Powell, and Gillingham need to come back quickly. A little chip over his head, and he hit the crossbar. Peacock with the header, and that's the goal. Keith Peacock has scored. A breakaway with 3 minutes left. From one end of the field to the other, deep in defence. But what a beautiful goal it was. As it came through, Powell made ground, and then that careful little chip, but it went against the crossbar, and Peacock was there with a torpedo-like header. So a corner then again for Charlton, which Peacock wants to take quickly by the look of it. Yes, and he's found Tideman. There's the cross going in. Berry just couldn't quite get to it. Best got it away, but not far. Peacock again for Charlton. Tideman. Will that reach Penfold? Well, he made it reach him. And he's found Peacock. Started in again towards Berry. And Flanagan with a chance, yes! 1-1. Well, they played that well, Charlton. And in fact, it was Berry on the far side who made a strong challenging run, and that put Fulham off. And the ball was played back into the path of Flanagan. For a split second, it seemed as though he may have missed his chance. But in the end, he kept his head and made it 1-1.
Hales that time getting it right. Which bearings and comes through, and Colin Powell makes it count. Well, that really came out of the blue, didn't it? Powell had come across to this near side, saw a bit of a chance, and went through, whacked it, and it may have taken a deflection on the way in. Here's a good chance to see it. Powell, determined run through from this. The right foot shot comes in there, took a bit of a deflection, and Steve Death stood no chance at one each.
Dyer going away on the right. It gets caught in that mud so often in the centre circle. Warman going in first, read that very well. Playing it on for Flanagan. What a good ball there. And Flanagan slots it in. Oh, superb goal. What a superb ball by Warman, though. Beautifully into the path of the number 7, Mike Flanagan. And Flanagan kept his head well and slotted it carefully past Webster. 2-1 to Charlton. Shifley right up there again. Number 9 is Plum. And again it'll be Dennis Bond to take the corner. Floated towards the near post. Chase it! To turn it in! And Peacock, who finally turned it in for the second one. Well, it was certainly Tracy who got ahead to it, but I think it might well have been Peacock who finally turned it over. But coming from that good little corner there from Dennis Bond.
Peacock. Looking for Flanagan, he's found him. Good control by Flanagan, and it's there. A beautiful goal there by Flanagan. His 7th of the season. A goal which proves just how dangerous this Charlton side are in breakaways.
Curtis will take the kick. Jeffries. Now Powell. Oh, what a good shot! Oh, and what a goal by Colin Powell. Tremendous goal for Charlton Athletic. He took that inside, and Colin Powell whacked that with his left foot and makes it 1-1. With 32 minutes gone, only his 4th goal this season, the former Barnet player, number 7. Like a bullet, that left foot shot hit the back of that Palace net.
The best in the penalty box, an out-and-out goal scorer was Derek Howells. He was lethal over 10 yards and he could finish any ball at any height. He was a better actual goal scorer, but Flan had the all-round ability to hold the ball up, put other people in, cross for other people as well.
So Flanagan now with a chance for Charlton Athletic. And yes, it's there by Hales.
Mine were usually in around the 6-8 yard box, you know, the odd diving header, a volley, that sort of thing. So I managed to get just over 100 goals and I was pleased with that.
I seem to remember one that you scored, a diving header against Gillingham, and you actually got a bit of a rocket for that, didn't you?
Yeah, I remember it was right in the last few minutes, and Andy Nelson was the manager down at with us, and he had just left Gillingham, so it was a big game for him. We were playing at Priestfield Stadium. It was 0-0, a minute to go. I swung a ball out on the break. We defended a corner, swung it out to Paddy, and I knew Paddy wouldn't score because he never does. So I chased as hard as I could into the penalty box. He chipped the goalkeeper. It hit the bar, and I kept on running and dived to. I mean, I was shattered at the end of the night. I just dived and headed it into the back of the net, and I thought Nelson was going to be absolutely delighted afterwards. You know, scoring the winner against his old club. He just said, "Did you have to dive for that header?" A bit disappointed for me. I thought I may have got a bit more praise, but another assist from Paddy Powell.
And this could be a dangerous break. A beautiful pass by Peacock there for Powell, and Gillingham need to come back quickly. A little chip over his head, and he hit the crossbar. Peacock with the header, and that's the goal. Keith Peacock has scored.
Paddy actually scored more goals than what I remember. I mean, I was looking through the stats, and I think he scored 30-odd goals, something like that. I can't remember any of them, but I remember one when he cut in against Crystal Palace, and I think that was on TV, and he cut in, it was away to Crystal Palace, cut in from the right wing, and he let fly with his left foot, and it flew in the top corner. I think he got a rollicking as well from the manager that day, because he said, "You can't shoot from there, you know, it's too far out. Don't do it again." I don't think Paddy did, but that was a goal to remember, top goal from him. I think we had real attacking players. Obviously myself, I was forward orientated and liked to either try and nick him for a goal or cross balls into the box for the strikers. And Paddy Powell was a great crosser of the ball. So when the balls went into the box, they went with real quality. When you look at games and you think, oh, near misses, and it's a lot of the time the ball that goes in there hasn't quite got enough quality on it, or the timing of it, or the flight of it isn't quite good enough for those strikers to make it, finish in the back of the net. Now, having said that, obviously the service, but you had people like Hales and Flanagan who were exceptional strikers by any stretch of the imagination. They were good at putting the ball in the back of the net, and we got to know each other very well, so we played to each other's strengths. We wouldn't hang the balls to the far post. In days gone by, we may have Matt Tees there, great at the far post. We wouldn't hang them up, we'd put them in the space at the near, or little touch-ons at the near for a flicking at the far post, that sort of thing. So we played to players' strengths, and I think that's what made it happen to be a very exciting period for goal scoring.
The 70s, an unforgettable footballing era. But now we're going to go back even further to the days of black and white. Keith, I'm sorry about this, you're in here as well. The 1947 FA Cup final, still the greatest day in Charlton's history. Charlton had lost at Wembley to Derby in the previous year. Now they'd gone all the way again. Burnley couldn't stop them this time. A single goal by Chris Duffy in extra time was enough to bring the trophy home to South East London. Sam Bartram kept them out at the other end. Jimmy Seed's team lifted everyone's spirits in those difficult post-war years. That FA Cup victory is still the club's only major domestic honour.
We're all very pleased to have won this cup after such a disappointing year last year when we lost. We're very tired, we've all got cramp, but it's a wonderful feeling. Thanks.
Campbell, what a good ball to Curtis. Tees calling for it in the middle, in the air. Tracy! Goal by Tracy! What a magnificent goal by Ray Tracy! So Ray Tracy now puts Charlton ahead with a quarter of an hour to go. Crawford. Another of those overhead flicks to Peacock. Good turn of speed. Here's Peacock. What a good goal. A beautiful goal there by Keith Peacock. And all started by a good flick by Ray Crawford, the man just coming to the picture, but the man who takes certainly all the credit for that. Keith Peacock. A wonderful turn of speed.
Sharp's first touch of the ball. Davis. Good ball indeed to Bonds, a chance. It's there. He's given it. It's a goal. A terrible mistake there by Mike Gibson, and Dick Plum has put Charlton ahead. It's there. Plum, the scorer. The Bristol City defence in tatters as that corner came over. Peacock was allowed to get a header to it. It dropped down, and Dickie Plum there, centre of picture, made no mistake.